fundraiser.
You're watching Mama Joe Ministries. MJO Network.
All right, y'all. We're live. We're live. We're back. We're back. Mama Joe Ministries Network, and we have a slew of guests today, y'all. Oh my God! I mean, I'm so excited. But first, I want to make some announcements. Our upcoming Black History musical is coming March the 15th. March the 15th here at Glory Land Missionary Baptist Church, 7440 Coffee Street. And we're asking y'all to bring your children out. Please bring your children out because we don't get enough history. We don't get enough history concerning our race of people. And so this Black History uh, musical is going to be off the chain. It's off the chain, y'all. Y'all got to come out. And that's going to be March the 15th at Glory Land Missionary Baptist Church, 7440 Coffee Street, Houston, Texas, 77033. And it starts, the door is going to be open at 4 and it starts at 5. And the tickets are only $15. Only $15. So we're asking y'all to please, please, please come and support this ministry and all the cares and I guarantee you're going to enjoy it. Guarantee you're going to enjoy it. And another announcement. Moi will be preaching on March the 15th in a revival here at Glory Land. And so I ask y'all to come out and support me more, please, you know. But anyway, yes, we got an in-house revival from Monday through Friday, the week of March. What is that? That third week? That's the 17th through the
17th through the 19th.
Yeah. Is it the Friday and 19th?
Oh, 17th through the 21st, Friday the 21st.
17th through the 21st. And it starts at 7 p.m. And I tell y'all guys, if y'all want a word, if y'all want to hear a word that's going to give you life, that's going to refresh you, that's going to give you power in the spirit, y'all need to come out here and hear these powerful preachers. You know, I mean, we got to line up the powerful preachers. Yes. Oh, okay. He's telling me to put my audio up. I did all this by myself, y'all. I sure did. I'm getting that. Thank you. But anyway, guys, we got some awesome guests tonight. I mean, yeah, tonight, this evening.
It's night somewhere.
Yeah, it's night somewhere. We got, baby, this is gonna, y'all tune in. Don't go to the restroom until we put it on a break because you don't want to miss none of this conversation. Okay, but I'm gonna be here for just a moment. Then I'm getting out, and then my co-host is gonna come and she's gonna take over the latter part of it. But anyway, let me introduce. This is
Robert Blackshear,
and he is my
grandson.
Hey, ain't he good looking? But he's married. Okay.
Yes, I am.
He's married. He's happily married. Okay.
Make sure you put happy.
Happy. You know, happy. Yeah. So he's off the market, y'all. Okay. But and then I have who?
Bernard Johnson of the Bridge Imports.
The King Bernard Johnson. King Bernard Johnson. Yes. He has a store of African attire.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't I look good? Yeah, I know. Stop it. But anyway, he's got a lot of products that he has bring originally from Africa.
Yeah, mostly West Africa.
West Africa.
Yes.
Hallelujah. Ain't I blessed? I'm blessed. So anyway, we're just gonna kind of freeload. You were telling me something, giving me some history about our people. So first of all, what made you get into that?
Good question. How much time do we have? I'm gonna try to keep it concise.
But that's all right. She'll cut us off.
Okay.
She's good at that.
She will?
Yeah, she will.
Yeah, I can see. Oh, look at her. I see those eyes. All right, come on. You got to give me time now because when you're dealing with the spirit, people get in the spirit, they start flowing.
Yeah, she does.
All right. Hello, everyone. It's great to be here. It's great to be among the family, the community. Thank you for inviting me. So it's my duty, my pleasure, and my honor. My name is Bernard Johnson. I am a product of Third Ward, South Park, Sunnyside,
Oh,
Hiram
my
Clark.
homie, my homie.
So I'm a product of you all. To answer your question, this was a setup for me. I didn't choose it. It chose me.
Okay. All right.
All right. So we're in that energy. That energy is prevalent right now, y'all. Okay. Just brief history. I was corporate world pushed me out and caused me to man up. All right. This was about 2012. From age 14 all the way up until age 47, I was real good at working for somebody else. I mean, real good. Number one, number three in the top, whatever it was. And the last job I had, I was a program manager for this company, and started off as a part-timer and doing some extra work, and then got the vision of the company, and started duplicating myself within the company. And I went to the supervisor and said, "Hey, I see what's going on. Let me duplicate myself." I said, "Hey, we had already picked you to see if you can want a supervisor position." And so I got the supervisor position, and eventually went on to be the program manager of the division. Okay. So I'm hiring everybody and got the vision of the company and everything. We're rocking and rolling and everything, and went through the ups and downs, but we were just doing very, very well. But they did something crazy. After about about a year or so, they demoted me back down to supervisor. You all can probably finish the story. That's probably happened to some of other people. And right.
So let me pause right there. They promoted you.
From part-timer to supervisor, and then to the program manager of the division.
So they used you to build their business, and then when they okay.
Now, come on now. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Right. Now, Texas is a right to work state.
Yeah.
So businesses and companies can do whatever they want to, but action speaks louder than words. The person that they put in my position was a person of Caucasian persuasion. Okay, but they could do whatever they want to do. That person didn't last 1 month.
Then they came back to you.
It was too late by then.
I'm commend you. You go, boy. That's what I'm talking about.
Hold on. All right. So, but the day that it happened, I went home. Yeah, I was feeling some kind of way. I went home, looked in the mirror. Something said, "What you gonna do? What you gonna do?" At that age, I could have compromised my manhood, my integrity, and values, and stayed at the company.
Right.
But something, all those rhetorical questions always causes us to go higher. The other choice was like, okay, you've been doing this very well for other companies. You've been creating an atmosphere where you value people in your company, and to boot, make a profit off of that. And so that side says, okay, are you going to lean to that side, or are you going to compromise? Watershed moment. I chose to go to the side of the higher ground, and I stayed there about another month or so, start building my paper, stacking my paper, getting my credit together, and eventually I left the company and went back to school, U of H, to finish my degree in international trade. I'd already had about 65 semester hours from HCC, and when I went on over to University of Houston, I only had 35 hours to finish my degree, my undergrad in international trade. While I was there at U of H, it was kind of cool. Okay, at that time, I wasn't married at the time. And all my kids, they were adults. And so I was basically doing this thing on my own. So I decided I saved money, went back to school as a full-timer, 4 hours. Here I am, going back to school full-time on campus among kids. I mean, this
So you
Y'all
old
should have saw
man.
me, y'all. No. You wasn't the old man because when you're around that young energy,
You get,
Yeah.
Yes.
it keeps you young.
oh,
You
y'all.
thrive off of the energy of the people that you're around. And
Yes.
see, that's what keeps you young. See, your youth, it's in the memories that you are able to now create with a younger group of people that now makes you younger.
Right. It was that energy.
That went
So
over my head, but anyway, y'all get rid of all of y'all old folk. Y'all old folk.
you know what? What's his name? K1, the rapper.
KRS-One?
Yes.
That's my guy.
Yes, he said we need each other.
We do.
The younger generation
Yes.
needs the older generation.
Yeah.
The older generation needs the younger generation. If you just think about it, that's the way of God. That's the order of life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Golden years means that the people in that age range, they have what we need.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have the wisdom. They have
That's right.
it's nothing like experience.
Mhm. Yeah.
The Bible says even when a fool shuts his mouth, it's considered wise.
All right. Did y'all hear that? Say that again, my king. Go ahead.
So
Say
that's
it again.
it's a principle. Even
When a fool, what?
shuts his mouth, closes his mouth,
That means
he or she is considered wise.
That's right. Y'all hear that, don't you? Y'all hear that? But so okay, so you went to school.
Mhm.
You got your degree in the
Wait, Mom. I know.
No,
I told y'all. It's okay. I'm gonna try to keep it concise.
Okay.
All right, go back to school now. Now I'm on campus now. Just enjoying it and everything. And while I was on campus, the study abroad department had an expose on campus.
Mhm.
And so I walked by their exhibit. Now I'm going to school for international trade.
Okay.
And that's a whole nother story. You got to invite me back because this is so prevalent for our community, y'all.
Okay.
For freedom, liberation, and independence.
Okay.
It's already in you if you have the courage, the
Faith.
foresight,
Courage.
and the understanding
Yeah.
to partner with it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be here and act like I knew everything. But anyway, I'm on the campus and I went to one of the study abroad department, one of the meetings, and went down the list of countries that they sponsored the undergrads to go to. And I'd never been to Africa at this time. But I
okay.
heard Africa was and is on the move, y'all.
No,
Social, economically. Hold on.
Okay.
Think about it. Where does the world's resources basically come from? Yeah,
Okay.
It is the
So
motherland.
Educate us.
Cobalt, diamonds, this equipment that we're on
Uh-huh.
wouldn't work without the stuff that's right now. There's a dispute going on in the Congo. Cobalt. Whoever controls that. Yes, and that's the mineral that operates a lot of these cell phones and computers
iPads, the iPhone.
for centuries.
I'm with you.
Wow. Y'all, I'm sorry. We got to take a break because this is getting too much to my head. I got to take a break and get that done right. But we'll be back. We'll be back on the same subject, right? Okay. So we'll be back.
You're watching Mama Joe Ministries. MJO
And it's
You're watching Mama Joe Ministries. MJO
okay. We're back. We're back, y'all. And so you were saying that everything that is built from anything, I'm paraphrasing it,
Mhm.
but everything that was built from anything comes from Africa.
Well, not everything, but the most essential minerals and properties come from Africa.
Well, I'll say everything.
Okay, Well, getting back to to answer your question, how I started this. Now, when I went back to school for undergrad, I saw myself in Asia somewhere because the global economy had picked Asia back in the early 2000s to be the manufacturing hub of the world. So I was going, y'all, to establish my company in the Orient and make my paper. That was my trajectory.
Okay, question. Asian. When you speak of Asian,
South Vietnam, Hong Kong, Singapore, Japan, of course, China, all that area, South Korea, and places like that.
Okay.
So as you all know, that's where a lot of our electronics and manufacturing stuff comes from.
Yeah, because when I went over to Korea, man, they had all kind of electric stuff. I mean, they even had electric toilets.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what electric toilet? I mean, they had computers in the cabs.
Mm-hmm.
They had it in the headrest.
Mm.
What year did you go? What was that year?
That was 2011.
See?
Yeah, and I mean everything was,
Mhm.
it was, and then the heating elements and stuff like that. It was about that small, but it was heating up the whole room.
Mhm.
It was. I mean, it was. I mean,
Thank you.
the only thing that kind of got to me. I'm gonna get back with you. Was they public restrooms?
Mhm.
They didn't have toilets. You had to squat.
And it washes you, right? Was that it?
No, but they just had a sink. It was like a sink in the floor, and you squat.
You're good at squatting?
If you got bad knees,
But you did it, huh?
Yeah. Well, I got the.
You got to do what you
then
got to
the
do.
bed. They didn't have beds.
What did they
You
have?
slept on just a patty. And if you had bad knees, like I had bad knees, I had to roll over to the dresser and but I mean, but their life was so simple. But yet, what got me is that they was just across the street from North Korea,
Mm-hmm.
and they knew that anytime they could be attacked. But these people were so at peace. I have never seen, that kind of peace. We were our tour guide. One of the ladies had ruined her stockings, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I'll take you to the store. She said, okay. He parked his car. I ain't lying, y'all. He parked his car in the middle of the street. Got out. People behind him, they didn't even blow their horn.
They probably knew that he had precious cargo. Right?
No, he went in the store
Mm-hmm.
and bought the stockings, and they patiently waited.
Precious cargo. They knew you guys were
They
there.
didn't know we was on there.
No?
But what I'm saying, in the middle of the streets, he parked his car, and nobody blow their horn like we. You do something like that. You be out. But that place is so peaceful till I didn't want to come back, but anyway. So go ahead.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Finish the story real concise. So I was at the study abroad meeting there. Went down the list of the countries that they sponsor the students to go to. And now, mind you, I have never been to Africa before. But that energy was drawing me, y'all. It was drawing me. Remember that energy of, okay, what you gonna do? That's that energy of always drawing us up. And for who we are and what we are, for not only for a cause, a betterment for ourselves, but for the betterment of the community. Always remember that, folks. We're not here for ourselves. We're not here for ourselves. If anything, we're here to better ourselves, to plug in. And then once we all plug in as an operating unit, think how stronger we will be. Not only as a community, but as humanity. And then other communities will look upon us differently because we are adding value. Okay, so went down the list at that meeting, and then Ghana, West Africa jumped out at me. I could have gone to France. I did go to France later on. I could have gone to Chinese. I could have gone to Brazil. I could have gone to a whole lot of different places, but Ghana, West Africa jumped out literally. And then I picked it. From that moment, y'all, my life began to change.
Okay.
So to answer your question, I got the scholarship, and U of H's study abroad department has a lot of money, y'all. If you guys know anybody, I'm not plugging in for U of H, but I recommend and highly recommend that people who are in school, or you may have some students in high school, send them abroad. Encourage them to go abroad.
Yeah.
America is this big, and the world, y'all.
It's big.
Yeah. So let me ask you this question, Bernard. What is it that we need to begin? Because with our young people right now, they're confused. They're twisted, per se. I'm not saying in a negative, not so much a negative way in the mind, but what you're talking about to them is like you just say send them abroad. It's like a dream that will never come to fruition.
Mhm.
So as people who have this knowledge and stuff like that, this young man here, he's got these skills, he's got the knowledge to do, but because of the finances and things, and what would you say to them? Because you did it.
Mhm.
You stepped out on faith, and you said, okay, God had to, remove some of the stuff, shake you up a little bit. But you took that energy, like you said,
It was a choice.
that spiritual energy, and you went out and you're successful. So what do you tell a young man like this here? That,
Mhm.
because my baby, he's very knowledgeable, very knowledgeable. And I'm trying to get him to go back to school. So give him some advice.
Well,
But yeah.
that was a loaded comment and question. Now,
All
okay,
right.
all right. Our young people, if think about it, y'all, they're full of energy, and energy needs to be plugged in, y'all. And once they see a viableness and worthiness for them to be plugged into something that is going to help them utilize their energy and then get recognition for their energy. Once our generation create an atmosphere and system so they can plug that energy, that creativity in, that's the order of life.
So you're saying that we, as the older,
Golden age people, because we have experience and we're supposed to have the knowledge.
Mhm.
So my ideology of life is that because I was once a young person growing up in South Park and Third Ward and everything. But may I go back to the first question, and it's going to tie into what you're saying. When I went down that list, got the scholarship, and me and some other students went to Ghana for the first time in 2014, got off the plane, went into the airport. My spirit said, "You're home." Wasn't a feeling. My spirit had never awakened like that before, except for one time right here in South Park, but that's another time. That's such a fun. Yeah. But my spirit said, "You're home." It had awakened. First time on soil, we were in the airport and we were taking pictures. So first time now, from the airport, brother. I'm sorry, what's your name again? Robert. From the airport, that first day, we went to the hotel, and I got to my room and looked out on the balcony. And family, guess what I saw? Old Third Ward. I saw the semblance of the clotheslines that my grandparents right there on Live Oak and St. Charles used to hang their clothes. I looked out over the balcony when I was in Ghana. I saw that. I saw people who looked like us. I saw like the infrastructure was just like Old Third Ward. It was like I had gone back in time. And then something said, now here's the awakening. Something said, of course, this is where you're from. This is your
You gave me
heritage.
chills with that. And I don't mean to cut you off. I have a friend of mine. He's from Nigeria, and I was just in North Dakota working in North Dakota, and I met this guy. He's a finance manager.
Mhm.
So man, this guy got to conversing on trading because I know about stocks and I know about trading because I've studied it for years.
Mhm.
So man, this guy started conversing, and he said, "You know what you should do?" I said, "What's that?" He said, "You should take a trip to Africa."
Every African American needs to go home, y'all.
And exactly what you were saying is what he told me a year ago. He
Mhm.
said exactly how he said. Once you go, he was telling it to my brother. He said, "You don't go. Let him go first because he's more spiritually inclined." And the culture of people that's there, what he's saying now, he fits right in with those culture of people. He
Mhm.
says, so allow him to go, live through his stories, and then your spirit is gonna well up for you to go. And he
Mhm.
said, he said, as soon as you step off the plane, you're gonna feel it's gonna change your spirit, not your mind, your mentality. It's gonna change your spirit because when you get off, you're gonna feel right.
I'm home.
Yeah.
And so that was the first day. That was within the hour of us arriving there at the airport. From the airport to the hotel, and then boom, the spirit, my soul was awakened. We were there 2.5 weeks, and as we were touring around the countryside, I was on the bus, and all the students, I was just laughing. I said, "God, you set me up," because He knew me. He knew just what you said. This energy for such a time as this will come back and share with you all, y'all. And I remember, I mean, growing up in Third Ward South Park, I mean, and growing up in my
Community.
life, you know, bless
journey.
my parents, you know, they didn't know,
Right,
they didn't know
right,
certain
yeah,
things.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm with you on that. Yeah.
But can I get, but God,
yeah. But God, yeah.
but God.
Yes.
You know what? And I would often say that, you know, everything start from that area. You know, everything just branch out. You know, the creation of man from that area.
Go back
And-
to Genesis, y'all.
yeah, and so um we are is automatically spiritually drawn to that, and we because I am fourth generation African.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm proud of that. Yes, I'm fourth generation. I'm the African. Okay, I just don't talk like that, you know. But anyway, but it's important to know just how spiritually powerful we are. We're not just only, excel in everything that we do. And, you know, and I ain't bragging. It's the truth. It's not, singing, writing, acting. You know, whatever we do, we are good.
We take
at it.
over.
Yeah, and so, but when I can relate to you about the spiritual change because when I went to Korea, I had awakening.
Mhm.
I mean, I had awakening.
One of the awakenings is that you came out the bubble.
Yeah. I mean,
America now. Remember, y'all. I'm not knocking America. It's a great it is what it is. Opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
So it's one of the greatest countries in the world that you can express and your opportunity if you know how to meander through it. But America is only less than 300 years old. All the rest of the world, y'all, thousands, and America is a hodgepodge, a collection of all Korea and all these different Africa, everything.
Yes, and that's the thing that I think we need to know.
Yeah, and we need to hold on. And here's another thing we need to know. All you guys all probably already know this. All of is scientifically known, biologically known, is out. All of humanity originated out of East Africa. So whether we want to say, "Oh, I'm not African," everybody's African. Everybody has the African trait. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sisters here. Guess where humanity came from?
And I say, yeah, you was here when I came.
Wait. Hold on, sisters. Let me say this again. Guess what humanity came from? You. Look it up. There's something called the receptor DNA or something. I'm not saying it right, but all of humanity came out of the black man.
Yes.
Oh, hold that thought right there. Hold that thought right there. Pause. Chew on that, and then we'll be back.
You're watching Mama Joe Ministries. MJO Network. You're watching Mama Joe Ministries. MJO Network.
Front and center.
All right. We are back. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for being here with us. Feel free to comment. That was a powerful conversation Mama Joe just had. So feel free to leave us a comment. And we just want to pick up where we left off. So, Robert, let's hear a little bit on how you feel and what you're getting out of his message and conversation.
I can't even really begin to grab the words to put into a sentence or anything of what this is doing for me, because I was led just as well as my brother. I was led to this spiritually. So everything that he's saying is like, I already have this knowledge. It's a lot that I know about. And the greatness of it is God places you in certain atmospheres for reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So me being here, the knowledge that I'm able to get from this older brother, from me as
Hey,
a younger brother.
Older. Hey.
When I say older,
I'm just
when
kidding,
I say
bro.
older, I speak of
No, I'm just kidding, man. Keep
wisdom.
going. Just
So,
keep going.
What I'm actually getting from it is it's enlightening me and it's pushing me forward to what God has called me already to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is the lane that God has blessed me to be in. And I'm grateful of the last sentence that you gave because that's the mission that God sent me on, to get the younger generation, the younger brothers to understand what our women are, what our mothers are. And I teach this to my young children that everything came from our mothers,
Mm-hmm.
from our women,
Mm-hmm.
from our queens, regardless of the nature of it, math, science, all of the great wisdoms came from our women, from our mothers, which are the mothers of civilization,
Of humanity.
Yes.
I
ask my children this question every day before they go to school. I ask them where they come from. Where do you come from? Where do you come from? Where do you come from? Every answer is they come from their mother. So if every one of us come from our mothers, what is our mission? What are we here for?
Robert, here we go, y'all. All right. Oh, I'm sorry, were you finished?
No, go ahead.
Okay. To chime in with you, I want to share something with you. I was at a conference one time and I was just talking to this sister, and we're just talking about something, and then she goes, "But we're the lower people on the totem pole." It was a sister, and she was referring to Black women. I was kind of taken aback to that because I've always had an admiration for Black women, big time. I love some Black women. All right. So I was like, wow. And then I was at another conference and I heard another sister say the same thing. Mm-hmm. Sisters, hold on. You all come from, just look it up. It's not just me seeing this. Robert, think about it. All humanity comes from women. Mm-hmm. A man can't make a woman.
Nope.
And guess what? So all humanity comes from a woman, and all humanity comes from a Black woman. Mm-hmm. And you said something about roles. So that's a high value. Mm-hmm. And as men, what are our jobs? To understand that, yep. Appreciate it, yep. And protect it.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
You heard that, Black men?
Yep.
Understand it.
Yep.
Protect it.
Yep.
And appreciate it. That's our role. I was at a men's conference about 2 weeks ago, and I was, same thing, brother. I don't mind saying I'm 60 years old. Brother, there was some younger brothers there, maybe like 30, 32 years old, and we were talking about identity. And then he says, "What if you don't know your identity?" And that's a good question, because for a while, as a man and as a Black man, I had trouble with my identity as well. I mean, I knew I was a man, but as far as what am I supposed to do? Who am I? What am I? What's my value? What's my value to add to society, for the betterment of society and for the betterment of myself? So as soon as I know my gift, my talents and ideas, and I can utilize that, guess what it does? It gives me good self-esteem. My self-esteem, Robert, I'm gonna keep it real. Growing up in the hood, since I really wasn't taught, my value was misdirected in the very thing I loved and appreciated. Did you want to interpret that for me, Robert?
Say it
No.
again.
We're gonna take this interpretation and then we're gonna go to a break for just a few moments.
Say it again.
Are we still on?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. You guys probably older women already. Diane, you know what I'm talking about? My value is not in my sexual prowess to women. Black men,
Come on now.
okay? We live in a society, unfortunately, in this bubble where that's the essence of how they manipulated our ancestors. Okay? So, and let me say something that's going back to the thing with Africa. Here's my interpretation of it. I don't like to accentuate and give glory to the term slavery. What it was cultural manipulation.
100%.
They saw our culture, they saw our ancestors had everything they needed, and then they had what the Europeans needed.
Mhm.
So that's why that's one of the things that caused that energy of not slavery but cultural manipulation. So if I have this piece of bread and you have it in abundance and we have it in abundance, and then someone's coming in, it's like, oh, I need that bread because back home they've been dying and everything. We need that bread and we got it in abundance. Oh, now remember now, we're the original people. So guess what our nature is?
You was generous.
Yes.
Yeah, we was generous.
We share.
Yeah. And they couldn't believe
They
it.
manipulated that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's not dwell on that.
Mhm.
All right. So let's bring it back home. So because of this manipulation through the years, Robert, you and I, now we have to come up and say, oh, I'm the captain of this ship. Remember, I had a watershed moment when those people fired me. They didn't fire me, but they demoted me. I could have compromised, or I could have I chose to man up.
Amen.
Man.
Yes. This is good. Give us a few moments, you guys. We'll be back with more. One moment. All right. We are back. All glory to God.
Amen.
And
Amen.
summing up everything that is being spoken on today, I just want to encourage the youth to know that God is the Almighty. He's the Almighty Father, and all of us, like, He's our Creator. He's the Alpha and the Omega. Everything it is that we need to know about ourselves, it is found in Him. Like, I truly want to just encourage, just as as what's your name?
Bernard. Call me
Bernard.
Kojo.
Kojo.
That's my African name, Kojo,
Coach,
which means peace.
Peace. Okay.
Mhm.
Beautiful, beautiful. Just as Mr. Kojo and Robert, all of us, we're on our journey. We all have a process. We all have a personal journey. We all have our cross to carry, and it's very important that we go in prayer, that we seek the Holy Spirit to lead us, to guide us, to give us the wisdom, to know which road to take, to know what door to enter into, or what door we need to hurry up and exit out of, like to get to our destiny, to fulfill the purpose that God has called us to fulfill. So it's just amazing. I'm honored to just be sitting in between two powerful Black men.
Kings.
Two kings.
We got her too. We got
Two
her.
kings.
We got her.
that's
You know, and it's beautiful to have and to hear men that express their heart of honor, especially for us women, because women have
Yes.
gone through so much. Like, you know, and it's heartbreaking to even hear, you know, the testimony of the young lady that felt the lowliness that some women, or you know, that the world has kind of classed us in. But that's why we got to know who we are and whose we are,
And what you
and
are.
what we are.
what
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 see what is
You
what
are.
is first, because
Yes.
what you are is powerful than anything that could even roam, walk, crawl, talk on this planet.
Mhm.
There's no
Absolutely.
power, nothing powerful than the Black woman. Let's say that first.
But
Yes.
that's a good analogy. What you are.
What you are.
So possibly if I feel devalued than what I really am, guess how I'm going to behave. But if I know my value and understanding, and let me say this, sisters, it doesn't mean that you go around with your nose all up in the air. No, it's just it's like, oh, this is my behavior. Speaking of behavior, Proverbs 31.
Mhm.
Guess who gave the wisdom of Proverbs 31? And I thought it was the king. It was the mother.
The mother.
All these years, I thought I was reading out, and I love to read Proverbs 31. I've been reading and digest. I love to read Proverbs, but all these years, God called me out back in '86, and I would read, going through the Bible. But it wasn't until like maybe 5 years ago, I read Proverbs 1. It says the mother who was given that wisdom to her son. It was the mother. Now, if you guys read all the way through Proverbs 31, think about it, Robert. And that is a proactive woman. And I used to read all the way through. I was like, wow, that's a tall tale. It's not that you have to do that, be perfect in all of those things, but that's your essence. And if for me, if I see a woman working in her essence, either it's going to compel me to her or repel me. So, sisters, let me say this something too. Let me mention this to you. So, read Proverbs 31. A lot, I read, I was like, okay, it's almost impossible for a woman to do all of that. But remember now, it's showing you a model as beautiful and as shapely and as magnificent as the Black woman is. And you complement that with value. Are you guys hearing me, ladies? Are you hearing me? So you don't need to be going around trying to get your value in your physicality, because remember now, the Bible says beauty is vain, meaning that's really no intrinsic worth in beauty. I mean, long lasting. Yeah, it's good aesthetically, but it can't put food on the table and stuff like that unless it's manipulated in some kind of way. But you guys know what I mean, right? All right. But think about it and I could say so much. Sisters, you guys know you are the envy of all women worldwide.
Keep going.
Let me say this again. Black women, do you guys know you are the envy of all women worldwide?
That's for a reason.
complement that with the essence of Proverbs 31. Oh my goodness, Rob.
Look, I'm with you.
When if I've often thought about this, if black women as awesome as they are, beautiful and shapely as they are, and start behaving in a whole as Proverbs 31, not following the law totally, not being, that's what I'm talking about, but understanding that. Now remember now, if that's how life is, either compel you or repel you. So if a man seeing that you are operating in your essence and and adding value, and he knows he can't run a game on you, don't move around. He's gone.
He's gone. And I wanna piggyback on that because I speak this to a lot of them. I can give my age. I'm 33, but I say this and I say it proudly. Every male is not a man.
And right, males have to be taught or caught to be a man.
There you go. And the reason I say that, and you are 100%, and I tell this to my wife's uncle, that before I met my sacred wife, I was a male. I became a man through the wisdom and teachings of my wife. The first,
you better tell somebody.
The first, when they speak about the births of Christ, the first birth is when a male is born from his mother.
Mm-hmm.
She teaches you, she gives you wisdom, she feeds you, she nurtures you.
She's preparing you.
The second coming is when I got married to my wife.
Mm-hmm.
Once I created that sacred union with my wife, I went on my second level of teaching that brought me into manhood.
Mm-hmm.
Because it wasn't through my father that I learned to be a man. It was through my wife.
Yes. I hear the thing that says, well, a mother can't teach a man teach a son to be a man. She may not be able to teach him wholly, but this is just my thinking, but she can create that atmosphere.
And that's,
go back to Proverbs 31. There it is.
Yep.
Son. Remember, she started teaching him.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Son. So sisters, your job, if for some reason you don't have that man in your life, still create that atmosphere so that male can grow up to be a man and then trust God, where some kind of way he comes into that proper male energy that can continue his evolution into being a man. So we have our job once again is to be a product, is to produce a benefit not only for ourselves but outside of ourselves, to contribute to the betterment of the whole. If you put your energy in anything else, or your solace in anything else, who am I? What am I? What's my output? In the United States, as complex as it is, if we keep that focus of adding value for myself and my community, that gives you your solace. And then next thing you know, God will provide the things that you need and want, as my sister says. But one is easier said than done. One has to have that understanding and that faith. And once that person follows that trajectory, then these things start coming in place, because you're going in that path. I mean, and life isn't meant to be easy all the times. And remember, sometimes, y'all, and I'm learning this on my own, just because I have a bad day, if God give us another day, get back on it. Because remember now, that bad day, if you learn from it and don't succumb to it. Now put this in an analogy. You have a kid. Sometimes a kid gets sick. Sometimes that sickness is good for that kid to build that kid's immune system. Same thing for us.
And I, before we go to break, I want to piggyback on that. I asked my wife this question. I said, if a kid has the ability to regurgitate something,
Mhm.
The kid body is able to push out mucus. How can we define it as sick when there's people that are on dialysis? Their kidneys can't filter the blood out and the toxins out on its own. So how can we label this as being sick? What this is building up the immune system of the kid as they age.
Mm-hmm. And we're all over the place. Let me get back to.
We're gonna take a break.
Yes, okay.
We're gonna take a break. One moment. So you guys stay with us, man. This the best Black History Month message and wisdom I received all year. So you guys join us back. We'll be right back with you.
Yes, sir.
All right, you guys. Thank you for being there. We are back. We're gonna get the summary, the ending of this powerful conversation, and then we have something else that's very interesting that we want you guys to hear. So
we'll summarize it in this session, but this is a continuation,
right.
y'all.
It's Black History Month.
Right.
We're gonna stay on topic.
All right, so let me bring it back to why the Queen asked me on the show. Black history, Ghana. What's interesting, if you go, Ghana has the largest expatriates of African Americans expatriates in Ghana, and let me tell you why. Back in the 1930s, Kwame Nkrumah, he was from Ghana, real bright, forward-thinking young man from Ghana, and at that time, the British still had their colonial rule over what is called the Gold Coast. All righty, and so the Roman Catholic Church then and now still takes bright young Africans and send them abroad to be educated in different places. And Kwame Nkrumah, once again, one of those bright young men, was sponsored by the Roman Catholic Church. He first went to the UK for school. This was in the 30s, and then eventually made his way here to the United States. And once he got to the United States in the 30s, 1930s, he saw the suffering of his brothers and sisters. And that's another topic, y'all, that I want to discuss. Some of them still don't know today the complexity of what we go through here in the United States, and that's by design.
Yep.
Now, remember, the British were in charge of their educational system, the media system, and before the British, that was the Dutch, and then that was the Portuguese for almost 300 years, y'all. Yes, they controlled it. So Kwame Nkrumah came over here in the 30s, saw the suffering of his brothers and sisters, and became W.E.B. Du Bois' apprentice. Left the Roman Catholic Church, and remember now, W.B. Du Bois' platform was, no, the black man, black woman needs her freedom now, and so he became W.B. Du Bois' apprentice and helped him form the new form in NAACP. Okay, so he's from Ghana now, and then became W.B. Du Bois' apprentice and started going to school in Lincoln University in Pennsylvania. And he went through, he went through his ups and downs. Kwame Nkrumah did, homelessness up in New York, but he's traveling all around the world with W.B. Du Bois, and through that platform, Fast forward 10 years, he went back to Ghana, and that's when the British were relinquishing the colonial rule over Ghana. And so he became the first president in 1957 of Ghana. And since he had been here in the United States for 10 years, guess what he did? One of his first charge. He says, African Americans, I see what you guys been going through. Come home.
Come home, yeah.
That's when Maya Angelou, W.B. Du Bois, a lot of African Americans in the late 60s and 70s, not only were they going to Liberia, but they were going mostly to Ghana. So still today, that's why Ghana has the most relocated African Americans. So if you all choose to go to Ghana, and we conduct tours there, facilitate tours, so we could set that up. Yeah, you go there. And that was one of the reasons why I felt at home there, because it has some semblance.
Wow.
Yes.
I would love to go.
So yes. I used to hear other people talk like this.
Like I study a lot of African history,
Mhm.
African culture. So I'm with you. I'm with you where you're going when it comes down to all of the great empires. But right now, at this moment, Ghana is the biggest empire when it comes to African Americans going back home.
Correct, for that reason. And so I'm not glorifying Ghana, but I'm just letting you guys know Ghana, you get the best of both worlds there. You get the original African ways, but you get, oh, okay, I can see this and I can feel this. And this is home. And then you find yourself and you find your power. And I often wondered, how did Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Maya Angelou get their power? David Chappelle, Ashanti, a lot of them, guess where they went? They went home.
Aaliyah, even Aaliyah, if you listen to her music, she speaks about it a lot in her music when it comes to Ghana. India Arie.
They went home. Go home, y'all. All this
Turn to the person.
manipulation of people. Oh, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, when you don't know something, yes, you're going to be afraid of it. But I've been to Ghana 22 times. Next month I'm headed back again. So here's an energy that's been there. So you guys, young people, and I want to say this, young people, no, we're here for you. We're here for you. People in my age, we're supposed to help you all, help yourselves, help the community better. Okay, so you're not there by yourselves, and I heard a radio show where these young people are on the show. That young people say, okay, we want to follow you all, but what you doing?
Yeah.
Where you at? What community, what system, what entity can I go to and say, okay, elder so-and-so, this is my ideas, this is who I am, this is what my need as a community. Where is that?
I'm with you. 100%.
As prevalently other communities have it. I'm not glorifying whatever, but build that community. Bernard Johnson, and yes, yes,
I'm with you.
and that's part of what I'm doing. My company's doing. So, boom.
We hate to bring this to a pause again, but we have something else that we would like to share with you from Mama Joe.
Great
So if
poem.
you guys will stay with us just a few moments, and I guess before we end, we will release the Mama Joe information. You can call in right now, 713-485-5906. You could also go to her website at www.mamajoeministries.com. We welcome you to be a part. Come in, conversate with us, but stay right there. We'll be right back.
You and say, you've been forgiven.
Look, it's not what you think, man. It's not what you think. We just wrestling. Just wrestling. Ain't that right, Candace?
God will save a repenting soul, but if you're unable to forgive, then you just might be that lost one.
But baby, I just need you to tell me what's going on with you.
Told you.
Please don't hurt me. No, please.
Yeah, man, we're gonna sit right here. We're gonna wait on the police. That's what we're gonna do.
We're not gonna hurt you. We're not gonna hurt you. If you scream, we'll kill you. We're not gonna hurt you. We're not gonna hurt you. If you scream, we'll kill you.
All right. We are back. And this is the gift that we have for you guys on today. So we just want to welcome and thank Miss Betty for being with us, joining us. And the floor is open for you.
Well, good afternoon on this Sunday. Beautiful day. My name is Betty Washington, and I was asked to read this poetry, and it's titled, I Just Need You to Hold Me. So it says, it starts off, my black man, you say that I am a mad black woman. Yes, I am a mad black woman. You want to know why I'm mad? Well, let me tell you why I'm a mad black woman. Listen good. I was born in a world of privilege, but I had none. I was an individual, but I had no identity. It was from the day that I took my first breath, but doomed to be a slave of a man uncaring desires. I was not given any rights to a degree. I had no choice to love or even be loved. Didn't make it in my double either, but I was spoiled, ruined, and charged of my innocence. Oh God. Anyway, thank you, Lord. I never knew what it was to be a little girl. Think about that, ladies. Never knew. From the time of my birth, I was enslaved to be a human animal robot, a crop to produce other animals, to profit a crop, Jesus help me, to dress wounds, a crop to serve masses. Yes, serve the masses' family and their friends. You, my children, I was born able to keep them and to take care of them. A crop to care for the children, produced and left behind. A crop to take the burdens off of your shoulders. A crop to take the masses' whip across my back for years. If I disobeyed him, the sharecropper, for the missus, when the master did not fulfill his duties. I was to lay with the master because, guess what? The missus, she wouldn't allow him to lay with her. She didn't want that because I was a black woman, just an animal. I was that thing that, because to him, I was not a human being. I was just something that he could use, abuse for his pleasure. I was his workhorse and sex cow. The master could come and take me in the night. You black man didn't even try to fight me. Now that I wanted you to die, no, I didn't want you to die. I just wanted you to hold me. After he was through with me, I needed you to cry with me. I was tortured in sexual pain to say no. I couldn't explain. From birth, I was doomed. When the master was finished devouring me, he brought me back to you. I lay there in our bed full of pain and shame, thinking that you would come and hold me. Black man rolled me with anger, mad at the man who took it out on me. But I just needed you to hold me. When I became with child and it was not yours, oh, you treated me the worst. The master came and took my baby away, and I cried. But I needed you to hold me. But you, with anger, asked me why. You didn't care because it was not yours. You did not care that even though the child of the master, it was mine too. I carried these children in my body for appointed time, no matter whose it was. It was my blood, my flesh, my body, and my pain. Black man, I loved you, so I just needed you to hold me. When there was no food, I stole from the master's kitchen. Yes, put in all that I had, my life, my hands, because you didn't carry enough. I just needed you to hold me. Yes, they took you to another woman because I could no longer produce. It was so painful, but I wasn't angry with you. I just needed you to hold me. I died for you. I loved you. I needed you to hold me. Now here it is, over 400 years later, somewhat free, but nothing has changed for me, though the master no longer controls me. But it's you that enslaved my mind, my body, my soul. It's you that caused me to be mad. It's you that has never appreciated a black woman, the black woman that you have. I still fight for you. I still die for you. I still for you. I still share you. And I still love you. And I could still just need you to hold me. But like the master, you call me names. Bitch, whore, gold digger, wench. You degraded me just like the master. Yes, black man, I am a mad black woman. Because after all these years, you still can't see me. All I ever wanted, as for you, is to just hold me. Leave me fatherless. You produce crops of babies and you sell them off. Yes, you do when you are through with me. You are through with them too. And you tell the children, you don't come around because I don't want you to. But the honest truth is that you don't want responsibility. You black man, you have slaved and you have true, but I still enslaved because I am a slave to you. I just need you to hold me. That's all. You treat me like the wrapper from a candy bar. Think about it. And once you unwrap this candy, you eat it. Then you throw the wrapper away. But the very paper that produced your product and made it good to eat, well, the black woman gave you life. Excuse me, my sinus, y'all, don't worry about it. That gave you life through birth, that gave you life through my soul, gave you life through my pain, life through death even. Death crosses when we are in birth 9 times. after all the goodies are gone. Listen, and you ask me, black man, why are you mad, black woman? And I say, I needed you to just hold me. I needed you to hold me. Thank you. Hallelujah.
All right, so we got that off your chest. So now let's woosah. Now let's get into this dispensation. Robert, me, the other man right here, we may not be able to hold you physically, but we can hold you in honor, in word and deed. That's a good question. It's not enough.
You need to hold it. Don't give me half of you. I don't want half of you. I don't want part of you. I want all of you, because if I give you all of me, in return, you should give me all of you.
But what Robert and I and this gentleman and I can do right now, we can hold you in, as they say, holy hug. Okay. And we can come here and support you and honor you.
Yeah, I understand. If
In
you're
our
not
capacity.
if you're not my companion,
Mhm.
but she was talking about the companion, and
Yeah.
you know, as men, we live off of you. You know, you are our.
As the man goes, so goes the woman, the women,
plug.
and the children.
You know, we plug into you, and we bring life. You know, it's just like these plugs. You know, you're there, but when we plug into you, then you bring life. We bring life. We come alive, and everything else gonna plug into. You know, get the lights gonna come to that. And when the black man, I understand that y'all went through y'all stuff in the slavery. You know, they sodomized y'all and all that stuff. But here's the thing that she's trying to say: we need to come together, even in our pain. We need to come together. You mad at me because I got raped and I had a white black baby, but that baby was mine too. It comes from my womb.
Yeah.
And you got angry because I love that baby. But what happened when you made babies? You love your babies. I didn't get mad about that. What happened when they took you from me and gave you to another woman? I had to endure that. What happened when I get old or get fat or break down? Y'all move, some of you move to a better woman. And then those other women dish you, you come back to us. And you want us to take care of you. You ain't doing this for me. You ain't doing that. But you got her a fur coat. But you bring me a windbreaker.
Queen, I'm glad you're stating that. There's a project that the Holy Spirit has given me over 25 years ago that possibly could bring a solution to that. We can heal from that. And once we heal from that, we can move on. That's something called emotional intelligence that I think we as a people need to embrace, understand, and operate from because of the vestiges of that cultural manipulation.
But
Time can heal all wounds.
Oh yeah.
If we allow it.
If we talk about it, if we dialogue about it. You know,
Yes.
Because I want to hear y'all's story too.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? It's not just my story, but
you told a part of it.
You know, but when I hear my brothers calling us bees and all that kind of stuff, but you don't ever hear.
Guess what? I don't call you guys bees.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I call you queens.
So,
I call you queens, and I not only call you queens, I'm going to treat you like a queen. Like when the sister was here between us, Robin and I, we got you. And even if right now, if anything pop off, my disposition, I got you, sisters.
So
And that's my honor. What better way for if anything happened to me, what better way me go out than defending my dignity as a man and as what I'm supposed to do.
And that's the thing that I need you, the ones who understand this, to gather these young men.
Well, this is a platform.
That does not
Thank
have
you.
That male figure.
And I'm grateful and honored for the push that's being given to me, because these are things that I speak about with my wife, and I tell her that I know what my mission is. This is the mission that I was sent on, and it's for this reason. So, being blessed to be now linked with a elder who can want now that I can learn from,
And we learn from each other.
I really hate to interrupt. I really hate to interrupt, but we have to bring this to a close, you guys. This is a
Continuation.
Yes. But for the moment, we're bringing this to a close, and it is
Today.
to be continued. So
Thank
we
you.
just encourage everybody to join us next Sunday at 4:00 p.m. Please share it, invite other people as well. Feel free to comment, get engaged with the conversation. Y'all, this is a conversation that we finna have to have off air. So
Yes.
we look forward to speaking to you
And
guys
on
next
air
week.
too.
Yeah, on
Yes,
air
on the
next
air,
week.
yes.
So
Yeah, not only this is
right.
Black
So-
history is what? 365.
So every day, all day, you guys. This is it. Okay. So we will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank
God
y'all.
bless you.
Thank
guys.
y'all. We love y'all.
And we keep you.
We
We
love you.
And good evening.
Peace.